Pass the mic to a killer, he get the slaying. I'm Kakarot, all of my bros is Super Saiyan. We stacking blocks, protect the basket, you in the playing. We at the Mecca, hit the game winning shot like I'm Jalen. Manifesting energies, praying for my enemies. Taking vacays in the keys, working on our synergy. Changing up my wardrobe, never my identity. Smoking till I got a...
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Garden X Podcast. I'm your host, Apollo Reed. I'm in here with the guy, Regular Joe. How you been, my guy? How you doing?
Chilling, man. Chilling.
Been a rough week, huh?
Nah, it's a 3-0 week, man. Come on now.
3-0. We've been doing good. So it's been a little bit. This past week was my birthday, so we didn't really get to go. I was traveling last week, so I didn't get to do a show last week. So yeah. Due to traveling, I did miss Monday's game versus the Hawks, which Joe says
we're not gonna talk about last week.
No, we're not gonna talk about last week. Especially
last week never happened.
The game before that, I don't want to talk about that. So we're gonna conveniently skip that. But yeah, Monday's game versus the Hawks, I definitely missed, which Joe said, which was probably the best win of the season.
One of
the best wins of the season. So I'll let you give the people a little bit of insight of how you felt about Monday's game versus the Hawks, and then we'll talk about the Nets and the Kings, and then getting a little bit into the Grizzlies, and then we'll get out of here. You know what I mean? Get out of your hair. We're not gonna be here all night. We're in the middle of trying to watch football at the same time. You know what I mean? It's a weird night to do a show, but it is what it is. You know what I mean? So real quick, as watching what's going on here. Joe, tell me the game is over here. Joe, tell me about what you felt from Monday's game versus the Hawks.
First of all, I thought the Knicks defensively were outstanding.
Mm-hmm.
The first half they gave up some points, so it didn't look like they were, but that was mostly because the Hawks were just making everything.
Right.
You know what I mean?
From what I heard, yeah.
Yeah, they made everything in the first half. But the Knicks defended well, I thought. It's just these guys couldn't miss. I can't believe he dropped that ball.
Yeah, that was crazy. I thought that would have extended the game right there, but
it's shades of old boy on the Ravens from last week.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy.
Wow.
But
sorry, Josh.
Second half, I thought they were even. I think they only gave up 47 points in the second half. They actually got rewarded for the defense that they played in the second half.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But I thought that whole game they were really good defensively. There was a lot of really nice possessions. I told you against Trey.
Mm-hmm.
Cal was 1-on-1 on the island with Trey, locked him up, forced a shot clock violation. There was another play, I think, in the fourth quarter where Cat got stuck 1-on-1 with Trey. And he locked him up, forced another shot clock violation.
Mm-hmm.
OG had his fingerprints all over that game, which is why a big reason why Jalen Johnson was non-existent in that game.
Which, a lot of people, I was talking to shout out to my boy State. He was making the case that cause someone I forgot the name of the Twitter account. They put each team's biggest disappointment. And ours was OG Anunoby, and I retweeted and I just asked, do we agree with this? And a couple of people said no, but State said yeah because of how much money he makes and how much he's scoring per game. And to me, I don't think his impact is the points. You know what I'm saying? Like that game, he had 8 points. You know what I'm saying? But here you're telling me that he had a huge impact on the game based off of the defense he played on Jalen Johnson. You know what I'm saying? And how he affected that. So you know what I mean? Like that's just. Those are the things that people don't see, you know what I mean? 8 points, you know what I mean? But 9 rebounds, 2 assists, but still being able to go out there and play defense against some of the most athletic guys and having to run up and down the court and chase guys and defend guys all day. Like it's not an easy job. It's not an easy job to do. And then, and it's also
still score 16 a game.
Yeah, and still score 16 a game.
Efficiently.
Right. Without being fatigued or tired or anything like that from running around. So, I think people see things differently, and I understand why. But those are the same people. Like I said to him, he said, this is one of the things you mention all the time is minutes. As much minutes as he plays, You know what I'm saying? Like you would expect him to be a little bit gassed, especially if you're playing a lot of those minutes and guarding the best player on the other team half the time, or if not the most physical guy on the other team half the time. So he's either guarding one of the two. So
What's weird to me is that like we already knew what OG was. Like, why did people think he's gonna sign the contract and turn into Kawhi?
Bro,
you know what I mean, bro?
Nah, and the reason why I'm reacting the way I'm reacting because I'm gonna read you verbatim what I said on the response, and my response was, I said, I disagree, bro. He's not even a disappointment in my opinion. Slumps, of course, but that's due to what you talk about all the time, minutes. So I can't call him the biggest disappointment if I don't consider him a disappointment at all. I said we all knew what OG was before the deal. So to say you expect anything different is just self-sabotage. And that was my point. Like, we know the money. Like, I can't consider him a disappointment now because we wanted him to come back. It was the money that you're upset about, but why did you want him to come back? Because all of the reasons why we wanted OG to come back.
If he don't come back, we're not 30-16.
We're not. No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. So and then you know what I mean, and that was just kind of what I was trying to say. I'm like, I can't consider him a disappointment because of how much money they paid him. I already knew what he was. I can't expect him to do anything more than what he's already doing. Then what we already knew who he was. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we knew he's gonna come in here, he's gonna guard the best player, he's gonna run up and down, put his body on the line. If we're being honest, he's more healthy than we expected him to be up until this point.
He ain't missed the game yet.
Knock on wood, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, we're doing what we you knocked on wood too.
I knocked and she thinks somebody knocking at the door. She thinks somebody's knocking on the door.
Yeah, listen, you gotta train. You gotta train well. Perfect.
my little guard dog.
But yeah, man, like I said, if anything, he's been more healthy than we expected him to be. So, you know what I mean? Like, I can't expect him to all of a sudden average 20 points a game based off of what other guys are doing, because that's not why they gave him that money. They gave him the money because of what he brings defensively to the team. You know what I'm saying? And being able to knock down open shots and taking high efficiency shots as well. So, you know what I mean? I can't necessarily call him all of that. But anyway, that was just the point I had when you talk about him on Jalen Johnson. But outside of that, anything else that stood out to you when you
Who's the other guy too? It's Jalen Johnson. Jalen Johnson. Not recent shaded in play. Who's the other guy?
Dyson
Daniels.
Okay.
Yeah. Looked like Brunson figured him out.
Yeah. That was the other thing, because the first time we played them, everybody was like, "Oh,
first two times,
Dyson Daniel was getting up into him, and it was kind of like hard for him to do.
Put him in jail.
Yeah, he put him in jail. So now it's like Jalen's hit his stride. And I mentioned that a while ago. Like, what I want to see from Jalen is the adjustment, and this was at the beginning of the season. I want to see the adjustment to how teams are going to be playing you now that they know who you are. You know what I'm saying? They've seen you nationally in the playoffs now twice. They know what you can do. So now when they send these defensive long wings at you, what do you do? You know what I mean? How are you going to adjust? And he's shown us, like, he had 34 that game. He's shown us that, all right, well, you know what I mean? Like, this is just another badge. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is just something that I just have to figure out. And he did, you know what I'm saying? So, like you said, he's figured that out. He had 34, 6 assists and a rebound that game. So, you know what I mean? It's the improvement I wanted to see from Jalen so far. The main improvement is he's already checked that box for me. You know what I'm saying? So I'm looking forward to what he can continue to bring and add to his game. But there's even games like the last night when didn't he have like 10 assists or 11 assists last night?
Something like that.
So, you know what I mean? He adjusts to whatever the defense is giving him. You know what I'm saying?
Him and Josh was the first two teammates in 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
Have at least 10 assists in a game, which that don't even sound like a real stat, bro.
It doesn't. It's just crazy how that's even realistic. It
Says a lot about the Knicks.
Yeah, it says a whole lot. And shout out to Josh. As of yesterday, with the game versus the Kings being getting his 6th triple double, which is I think he is closing in on Clyde, who had 8 total in a season. That was his
8 in the season.
yeah. So Josh is at 6, and it's January. We got February, March, April, May. You know what I'm saying? So I think Josh is on pace to eclipse that record, and I definitely think he'll leave his tenure as the leading
You
Nick
think
in
so?
for sure, because Clyde's at 23 and he's already at 12.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I mean, but we'll see. We'll see what his role is in the coming years.
not only role. Let's hope he stays here. That's number one.
Well, he's not going nowhere.
Uh,
I'm not worried about that.
I hope not. I hope not, because I've been wrong before.
Oh, you mean like a trade?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, that's possible. It's not
You know what I mean?
impossible.
It's not impossible, but I don't think this team would want to sabotage what we have here right now. You know what I'm saying? For any other piece, especially giving up Josh in that
Yeah,
process.
they didn't even want to give up Dante. Like
Yeah.
they kind of just didn't really have a choice.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. What up? What up, RBL? What's going on?
Yeah.
What's good? What's good? So yeah, man. Shout out to these guys. So getting back, and also shout out to Jalen and Cat for being named as the 2 All-Star starters, the first time since 1970. What, 5? Is it? Since we had 2 All-Star starters, bro. That's crazy.
50 years, bro.
That's crazy. It's been 50 years. That's outrageous. That is just outrageous. But shout out to them. You know what I mean? Not the first time since we've had 2 All-Stars, but 2 All-Star starters. That's a
a big deal.
It's a very big deal. So shout out to those guys, man. It hasn't been perfect, of course. It has not been perfect. There's been a lot we can nitpick about what we've seen. It still hasn't been the easiest to watch every single game, but they're still proving that this team is their team, and they're gonna represent New York to the fullest. And shout out to those guys. So the next game was the Brooklyn game. Now, I mean,
talk about hard to watch.
Hard to watch is exactly what explained what happened that game. I don't know, man. I think for some reason it doesn't matter how bad the Nets are, they're always gonna come to play the Knicks. They're always gonna wake up versus us all the time. I don't know what it is about that team. They don't like to lose to us, which I understand. You know what I'm saying? I definitely understand. Cam Johnson, he really hates losing us, and it's hilarious because he's like just got there, and he's fully embraced hating playing against the Knicks. So, and Nick Claxton is also, I think, 0-5 since saying I haven't lost to the Knicks. So it's kind of like
more than that.
0-9,
0-9, yeah.
0-9. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah, 0-9. So yeah, man, it feels good. It feels good to have that. But shout out to D'Lo. He made that game tough. I give D'Lo a lot of credit, man, because he's gotten a bad rap in this league for a long time.
Yeah. He's a good player.
And he's a good player. He doesn't deserve the reputation that he has. I mean, he's young, and I mean, let's be honest. We know why.
We know why.
We know why.
But it's ancient history, like
it's ancient history. He was a kid. He was a kid when he did it. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to move past those things. I understand. So, but the kid is good, man, and it's a stigma that's followed him until this day. He got blamed for a lot that went on in LA, which happens when you play with LeBron. Same thing with Westbrook, and you see how Westbrook is playing now. There's just a lot of stuff that they attach to you when you're not a perfect player and you're playing around LeBron. We see it. So it happened to J.R. Smith.
But
so
that's the thing, right? Like you're playing with LeBron because you're not perfect.
Exactly.
Like he's the guy that oftentimes cleans up those imperfections.
Those imperfections, yeah, exactly.
So,
But
I
it
mean,
sucks now because he's in this state in his career where it's not as easy for him to do that in the past. So people still expect him to do it.
that's true.
You know what I
I
mean?
wouldn't
So,
want to play with him right now, bro.
nah. I can't. I can't. Um, it it must be hard for a player like LeBron also because when do you know when it's time to hang it up? Like Kobe even said it, like, I don't want to be in the league when I'm not averaging 20 points anymore. Like, I don't just want to be out here.
But it's crazy too because you look at LeBron's numbers, like still legit numbers, bro.
Yes, no, absolutely. And and that's the thing. Like, he can't take a back seat, but can he
He
lead a
just
team to a
can't.
championship anymore?
Yeah, he just can't. He don't have that. All I say is go back and watch his Miami highlights, bro.
Yeah, like it's a completely different LeBron.
That Joker was he was awesome.
Something
Yeah,
different. He was
they
flying,
needed.
bro.
They
He
should
had
have been drug testing him, yeah.
they should have been. They knew it was going. They'd be like, "Nah, I got head, bro. Just
He's definitely going to that lab out there in
we
Miami,
love what's
bro.
going on right now. Keep doing you, man. We good. Don't you worry about it." Let me stop.
Cause that shit did it didn't make no. You could say it, bro. That shit didn't make no
That
sense,
shit did
bro.
not make any
How,
sense, bro.
it like how big, strong, fast. Like bro. This can't be real.
They turned that man into an alien, bro. And I saw it happen
Joker's
with my own eyes.
jumping out the gym.
All he
Then he
did
started. Then he started
all,
shooting the three ball efficiently. I'm like, oh no.
all my man did was go to Miami. That's literally all he did. And it was almost like he just like transformed into like he turned Super Saiyan. Like it was a Super Saiyan move, bro. It was kind of crazy.
I
He was bigger, stronger, faster.
Yeah, I never forget, bro. Game 6, I believe it was against Boston. He just came out and scored like the first 14 points.
It just went crazy. Went
It's just
crazy.
like, yo, what is happening here, bro?
I mean, and that's and to reel it back in, that is what you expect when you hear the name LeBron James. You know what I'm saying? Like he was that good at that point to where like now, even though the numbers are still good, like it doesn't look the same anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like it just
Yeah,
doesn't even look the same. So, you know, like I mentioned, a few guys get caught with strays due to that. One of those guys is D'Angelo Russell. Um, and and the only reason why I give him the shout out is because he definitely had a quote the other day where he mentioned, he said, I'll never I'll never take for granted being able to play basketball or free basketball anymore. Like he just feels free. And you could
yeah.
tell out there, like he was not that D-Lo in LA at all. Like you can tell he kind of just had to like damper himself, put a damper on himself a little bit because he wanted to make sure he made the right play instead of just making whatever play just felt right to him. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I do appreciate being able to see guys just play that brand of basketball without their career being diminished and all of that. So shout out to him. But
To
fuck,
pretty much sum that game up, though, the Knicks played like donkey balls,
they did
and Jalen Brunson scored 8 points in the last 2 minutes and saved the day.
save the day and finished with 17 points, which means he only had 9 points up until that point with four assists and 3 rebounds. He didn't play
Yeah,
great. It
it was
wasn't a
bad. It
it
was
wasn't a
bad.
great game.
But
Um,
like I always say, he's Batman. He's whatever Gotham needs him to be, bro.
exactly. Cat came in 25 points, 16 rebounds, 6 assists, just being just everything that we need him to be, bro. The guy is just he's such a workhorse. Everybody's been calling him soft, and he's come in and looked at addressing that number one. I don't think
Are you
there's
concerned though? I'm a little bit concerned
in terms of what.
about Cat. So you realize that since he hurt his finger, he's 1 of 10 from three.
I'm not concerned until he's healthy. His hand is healthy again, and then his shooting percentages are
But
still low.
the hand requires surgery, so it's not going to be fully healthy the rest of the way. That's the
Yeah,
part that's concerning.
it is concerning, but I mean, let's be honest. Jalen Brunson played the whole year with a fucked up hand, and then got it addressed in the off season.
But if he can, if he is not a spacer in the offense, right? Part of what makes the Knicks offense supercharged is the fact that this dude could space all the way out to 27, 28 feet as a big. If he's not a threat, bro, like that could be a serious problem, especially with the level of competition we got coming up here.
Uh,
So I need to see him. I need to see a few threes go down, bro.
I do think that it can be concerning, but I'm not concerned only because it's January, and if he does need to take time, like if he does need to get surgery, right? Make that decision now. You know what I'm saying? Within the next couple weeks, and if he does have to sit for 4 or 5 weeks, let him sit.
Nah, but according to them, surgery is season ending. That's why he ain't done it.
That's why he hasn't done it. So I mean, then to me, I think this is something.
I never had a chip bone before, so I don't know if it hurts or what. Like I know that they said that. Remember, he had the sprain, right? And he sat out a couple games because of the sprain.
Right.
He didn't miss any games because of the chip.
Yeah.
He missed games because of the sprain. So is the chip painful? I don't know. Or is he still dealing with the remnants of the sprain?
I think it's more remnants of the sprain because I think the chip, the thing about the bone is that unless it's in a certain position, you don't really feel the pinch. You know what I'm saying? Because I have that before, like in my shoulder, like last year when I had the surgery, and it was because it's small piece at the end, like the tip of the collarbone, might have been like this small, broke off, and every time I would make a certain movement, it would pinch in between. You know what I'm saying? Certain, but it wasn't every time I made a move. It was certain movements. So I can imagine that with treatment and ice and stuff like that. I think that's what's probably making it hard for him to get back in rhythm is the treatment. I don't necessarily think right now it's the injury because I think the sprain is something he's probably healed from.
Well,
but
the thing is, he said that the thumb is affecting the shot.
Because
his words.
They asked him. They said he said, "What am I, one for 9?" They said, and they told him he was a 1 for 9. He was like, he said, do you think that has anything to do? And he said, "Oh, for sure. You know, because it does. You know what I mean? You hurt your hand." So, like I said, if I don't think this is something that will affect him for the rest of the season, like he won't be able to knock down open shots. And even if it is, I don't see teams leaving Cat open. You know what I'm saying? Due to it and adjusting their rotation on Jalen due to the fact that Cat has because at any point he can knock it down. You know what I'm saying? The percentage might go down for sure, which I do think is if that's the concern of the percentage going down a little bit, that is possible.
But hear me out, bro.
Mm-hmm.
If this continues, right? Like he's 1 for his last 10. If this turns into an RJ Barrett, and you know what I'm talking about, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Like now 2 for his last 20. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
3 for his last 24. Like if this shit continues, after a while, if I'm the opposing coach, I'm like, oh, so he really can't. He really can't make shots.
In my opinion, if this turns into a 3 for 24, 6 for 40 kind of thing, then I think they shut him down for the season if they have to and get the surgery. If it's that bad, if it's affecting you to the point where you can't shoot, then there's no reason for you to be out there making it worse. And that's what the concern is.
I need to see this guy make some shots, Cat.
I understand that.
For my own peace of mind, bro.
I'm not mad.
I'm not concerned yet, but it's in the back of my mind.
It's something to keep an eye out for sure. It's definitely something to keep an eye out for. RBL says Cat should have the surgery now and rest up till after All-Star game and come back.
Yeah, but it's not that simple though. Bro.
Like he said it's a season-ending injury. So
he's not just gonna have surgery and come right back.
It's if you have the surgery, it's the season. So I think they will do as best they can to understand because what they don't want to do is wait too long and try to wait until the off season to have this surgery if it's that bad, and then
and then it spills over to
it
next year.
spills over to next year. Yeah. So if anything, I think what they do is they map out timelines to see what makes sense, see how he's feeling, and if he's not feeling good enough, then I think they shut him down before the season's over.
So if you put a gun to my head and ask me to bet, I think that he will be fine in the long run. I think the
Mhm.
shot will come back. I think everything will be great. But it's still something that I need to actually see. I
Gotta
need to
see.
see
Yeah.
some shots going, bro.
I don't blame you at all. I don't blame you at all, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Um, okay, shout out to King Griffey.
Damn, bro. I
Shout
didn't
out.
even listen. Hold on, Cap. Listen,
Yo,
RJ is having
a hell of
a
a
hell
season.
of a season, bro.
Yeah,
I
still my
this is sort of a
guy.
version of RJ that the Knicks
Look for
always
wasn't
wanted to get.
we wanted, yeah.
Like, I think he's averaging 23 points, like 6 assists, and like 6 rebounds, like,
Hmm.
and efficiently too.
Hmm.
Like, we always wanted him to be like more of a playmaker, and to see that evolution, see that happen for him in Toronto is great.
Hmm.
I wish him the best. And that's it, man. Like, yeah, RJ's my guy, bro. But he used to go into some wild slumps. Come on now, man.
Nah, and that's and I knew what he meant. And trust me, and I was a big RJ fan, and I was always like, RJ, this is one of those points in the It was every season. It was like
Bro, you just knew, bro. You just
RJ
knew. It
slump.
was always remember the beginning of the season all the time, bro.
Killing. He would be killing beginning of the season, and then he'd get either that headache or something. Every year he got the same headache, and it was something that happened. And I'm like, shit. And he came back, and then all of a sudden he came back, and he wasn't as crazy as he was. I'm like, damn, bro. Now they're gonna keep talking this shit. I hated it because I was always the RJ defender, and then I always had to like, yo, chill out, just give him time. Like he's good. Oh
Yeah. So
um,
the who we played the other day?
Brooklyn, and then we yeah. So Brooklyn was the last team. We took care of that. Luckily, we escaped from that because New York would have rioted, and Nets fans would have felt like they were somebody. Um, and then after that, we had the Kings. The Kings yesterday,
The
and
Kings.
that was a game. That was a game because
Until it wasn't.
until it wasn't, it got really bad. And what was it, like the third quarter
Can we talk about the Kings defense for a second, bro?
or lack thereof? What's
I mean,
going
it
on over there?
was so here's the weird part, right? So coming into that game, right? They
Mm.
had won 10 of their last 12 or something like that, or 11 of their last 13, something like that.
Hottest
They
team in the
either 10
NBA.
and 2, yeah, they either 10 and 2 or 11 and 10 and 3. No, they were either 10 and 2 or 11 and 2, something like that.
Yeah.
So during that time, they were top 10 in offense and top 10 in defense.
Mm-hmm.
I I didn't see a team that was top anything and anything the other day, especially not on defense. Like, what the hell was that, bro? I'm not even being funny, bro. And we seen the Knicks play some really bad defense this year. It was some of the worst defense I ever seen in my life, bro. Like, they were so bad, Cap. They were so bad, bro.
Oh my god, bro! I'm not gonna lie to you.
It was so bad, bro.
They're going to have to figure out what's going. I don't think De'Aaron Fox is there past the summer. Number one, that's just my personal opinion, and I say that because I don't. I don't think he's gonna force his way out, but
But
they're the kind of team that doesn't look like they want to take the time or spend the money that it takes to make that team good.
well, he wasn't happy with about the Mike Brown thing.
Yeah, he wasn't
I
happy about
think that nah, see, I don't agree though. I think that they would like to spend money, but they don't. Free agents don't go to Sacramento, bro. It's just the fact of the matter. So like, you could want to spend all the money that you want. Like their biggest free agent signing of
it.
all time was Vadi Divac, bro.
Well, that's my thing about them. Like they're so because of that fact, the only way that they can make themselves better is through trade. Like that,
Yeah.
they don't have any other option. It's kind of like Minnesota, which is with the cat thing. I see something similar happening with them because I
Woohoo.
don't know with Minnesota how they had to
Okay.
get rid of cat because they just the money and the spending because nobody goes to Minnesota in the off season and just wants to play there. You know what I'm saying? So um I don't know, man. I think that they got a lot to figure out over there, but you got Herder, you got Monk, you got a lot of good pieces that you can make a move with. Once they made the Halliburton trade with Demonis Sabonis, I thought they were really gonna make a move with that big and guard.
Yo, tell him send Malik Monk to New York
I'll take him.
for a grape soda and a chopped cheese.
I'll take. Listen, I'll take him over here any second because that's the kind of guy we need off the bench, yo. That's the kind of
Tell
guy
him
we need
tell
off
him we'll give him a grape soda and a chopped cheese
the bench.
and some crinkle cut fries.
And some crinkle cut fries. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. I might take that meal over Malik Monk some certain days because that should just be. I just miss New York that much, so I ain't gonna lie. Sometimes, like I'm out in Charlotte, so sometimes just going around the corner and get one of those just like from the corner store is not available. So shout out to Malik, but I might take one of those meals over Malik right now. We got the.
I don't eat red meat.
You don't eat red meat at all?
No, no, rarely, very rarely.
I've chilled on the pork. You know what I
I
mean?
definitely don't eat that.
I've chilled on the pork. I don't really do pork like that.
Yeah, I
Especially
don't eat that at all.
yeah, I don't do pork. So the only red
I
meat
ate
I
some
really
pork
do.
by accident at your brother's house that day.
You
I
did?
was shit. I wasn't happy.
Ah, yeah. My brother. I said my Dre, my brother, be throwing mad pig on his grill. Sometimes I'm like, you gotta chill, bro.
Yeah, he got chill with the swine.
I don't be doing all that swine. Like now, I'm not gonna say act like we wasn't raised eating swine. So yeah, I'm not gonna sit there and talk all that trash. But as of now, nah, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. My man RBL said I would trade Monk for a bacon, egg, and cheese the Aki way with a great quarter water and a bag of sour cream and onion chips.
Facts, facts.
Yo, first
Yo,
of
make the
all,
call, bro. Make the call.
Sacramento, that'd be the first time Sacramento had anything like that. They might go crazy.
Yeah, they might make that deal, bro.
They might ask for another one and send Darren over here too. You know what I'm saying? Just for good measure. I'm not gonna lie, because I know they ain't making nothing like that in Sacramento. If you ask me, I know. Now was cousin definitely was just on here. I know what happened. I was waiting for him to pop back up. I guess he's not. I guess he probably saw the time. Was like, yo, never mind. I ain't even gonna do it to myself. I think something happened. He was having technical difficulties, so I was trying to give him time. But it's pretty late. I also was up watching football today. So shout out to the Eagles. Shout out to the Eagles. I know Josh Hart put out a tweet saying that he's supporting the Bills for the rest of the season, and that didn't
Oh, that
last.
didn't go well.
That didn't last.
Lasted about 3 or 4 hours.
Yeah. So I mean, tough day for Josh. Tough day for
Tough,
Josh.
tough day.
Tough day for Josh Hart. It was funny because they said I guess they were watching the game together, and Jalen said Josh already left. Josh
Josh left
already left
before the
that,
fourth quarter started.
and then Josh
Josh said,
responded, "Somebody got to, I got to get rest
"Yeah,
because somebody got to play defense tomorrow. One of us got to play defense tomorrow." That is hilarious because I know good and well that Jalen Brunson is not going to be guarding John Morant tomorrow. So
nah,
they better
that's gonna
figure
be
out.
Macau's job."
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. I don't know what's going to go over there. What's going on over there? But I They've been doing pretty well. How are they? What
That
is their record?
Sacramento, they scary, bro. They the highest scoring team in the NBA.
The Grizz. No, I'm talking about the Grizzlies.
I know that's what I'm talking about.
Oh, you said Sacramento. Okay, my bad.
I said Sacramento. My
Yeah,
bad.
yeah, yeah. So you meant the Grizzlies. That's why I
Yeah,
was about
yeah.
to lead into that. That the Grizzlies are playing really well right now. So I don't want to go in there and take them for granted. Um, and we're playing them in the Garden, which I don't like half the time because guys like to put on a show when they come here. I kind of like watching our road games because we play a little bit. I feel like we play a little bit differently when the guys come into the Garden. They really go hard trying to prove a point. And Ja's one of those guys. Like he's gonna go in there, he's gonna try to be Showtime.
I just hate that. I just hate that we got what we got. We got a 7 p.m. start tomorrow,
Yeah, it's an early start.
bro. I don't like 7 p.m. starts.
Yeah, for us,
That extra
we don't
half
start. Yeah, we
that
don't start
that that extra half hour. I'm just like, what the hell, man?
like
Like
for
I
what?
feel like my whole thing is thrown off, bro. Like, what's the point, bro?
What's the point of
Like,
starting at 7 o'clock versus 7:30?
I know usually when we play Miami in Miami they start at 7.
Mm-hmm.
But why are we starting a game in New York at 7 o'clock? Like, I don't get it.
Traffic is crazy too. That's just a bad time. That's just a bad time.
I don't understand.
Damn. I was going to talk about? Oh, quick, like let's before we get out of here because it's time to get up out of here real quick because it's getting late. Oh, I didn't even see this. Shout out to Jelani. Shout out to you, my guy. He said peace squad. Peace to you, my
Peace.
guy. King Ruby, like and subscribe, share. Please, thank y'all. Do me a favor, y'all still here. Like and subscribe, hit the bell to notify when we go live. Fellas. Also RBO said Fox is getting traded to the Warriors for 2 gym socks and 2 Curry arm sleeves. I ain't gonna lie, man. Fox and the Warriors would be crazy. That would be freaking Showtime because that'd be a blur. They'd be up and down the court a lot.
But the Knicks just need to do what they've been doing the last few games, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Like defensively, because they've been. I feel like the last, especially the second half of the last 3 games, like they've been great defensively. So
Yeah,
let's keep doing that.
yeah, and
We got a chance tomorrow.
before we do go, I want to ask you, what do you think we do with when it comes to Mitch? What do we do with Mitch? What's the Mitch situation? How do you think that plays out?
I think the better question is what can we do with him? Like
Mm-hmm.
we don't know when this guy's coming back, right?
Right.
So if because I feel like the bar keep getting moved. First they said January. Now there's 4 days left in January, so that's obviously not happening. Now they're saying mid-February. So we probably can't trade him, right? Like if we trade him, we'll be trading him at his lowest value, which I don't really know if that makes any sense for the Knicks. So you better off keeping the guy, I
Yeah.
think. So at this point, I say they keep him. Like I thought that he would be back this month, and he hasn't been back. So being that he hasn't been back and he hasn't shown anybody that he's healthy, like I don't see how they're trading him.
Yeah, I don't think unless you're trying to cash out something supremely low and you're not confident in the fact that he can come back. I can see what M. Bagley pointed out the other day was I forgot exactly the words verbatim, and I don't like to, especially with Ian, because Ian to check you, Ian to check
Yeah,
the shit out of you.
and I just dive it in. Every word Ian says is important.
Yeah,
Like he's
like
very
he's very
so if you
detailed in why
yeah,
he's
so
doing
if you miss something, you're gonna get the whole thing wrong.
it. Let me see. Damn, I just saw it not too long ago. But not verbatim. I think just in a roundabout way, he was saying that if the Knicks are not if they're not confident in what Mitch can bring prior to the deadline, and they're not going to be patient with what he can, and if he can be available, then they will, look into a Jonas Valanciunas trade, which is something that I've been hearing for a long time in terms of that's just. I mean, he's not good defensively. He does bring you something on the bench. He does give you something off the bench, just a bigger body, a guy who can put the ball in the basket. So you're not as small of a team.
So
Um,
I guess my problem with I just don't like how old is he? Like, I don't like the idea of getting older, bro.
yeah, yeah,
Like that bothers me a lot. Like especially like not just older, but like I'm pretty sure I'm not crazy when I say significantly older, at least 4 years
right, right,
older. And I don't know how I feel about that. Like, because here's my thing with Mitch. Like, he's 26 years old still.
hmm
We've seen, and I know that maybe people are gonna laugh when I say this, but we have seen guys early in their careers constantly hurt, and then at some point they get past the injuries, and you know they become useful to whatever team they're on.
right,
So it's like I don't want to just trade them just to trade them.
right. Yeah,
Like
exactly.
I want to trade him and get like I want a significant return, bro. And if I
Right.
can't get a significant return, I mean he's on a 14-year, $14 million a year deal. Like I'd rather keep him.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to find an article because I want to, you know, give him the respect of what he said. Straight. Um, damn, I can't find it. Um, but
RBI is a
yeah,
shell, bro.
yeah, but like I definitely want value because even though we know like they can get something quick for him, I do know what Mitch can be when he is healthy. Like a healthy Mitch is a guy that you want on your team. He might not be the best player on your team, but he's somebody that's very well needed on your team. So, like you said, I do want to get some sort of value for what he is. So, I don't know. I don't know. I think we should stand pat because there's no big trade out there anyway. You're not gonna get the value of Mitch in return.
Yeah, like I was seeing a trade for like Josh Green, and I'm like, I like Josh Green, but
And I can
and
see how it can help him.
he fills a role like we need a wing off the bench, but
Yeah.
not for Mitch. I'm not trading Josh Green for Mitch. It's not happening.
Yeah, like for Josh Green, I would rather get rid of, and I don't like to say get rid of. That sounds messed up. I would rather include a package that has something to do with like Precious and Jericho or something. You know what I'm saying? Or somewhere where you can get the. How much is Josh Green making?
I think he just got a pretty significant deal, so I don't think that money is gonna work.
That's not gonna match, huh?
No,
Let me just double check real quick.
pretty sure it's over 10 million.
Let's see. He is
Pretty
making
confident in that.
three. He just signed a 3 year. Yeah. So it's 12. He's making about 12 million a year.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So this year, 12.6, next year, 13.6, year after, 14.6.
Hmm.
So Mitch is the only deal that would really make sense for him. Um is it? Because hold on. Right now, if we're looking at contracts, how much did we bring Precious back for? 6 million.
6 million. Yeah.
6 million, and then how much is yeah, you can't throw Jericho and he only makes 2 million. That's 8 million.
Yeah. Remember,
It
we
would
got to send
yeah,
out. We got to send out more than we receive.
one yeah, so it doesn't even make sense. It wouldn't make sense. That
Yeah,
trade.
the Knicks. That's like another part of the equation
Where
that makes this whole situation kind of difficult. Like with this second April shit, is like making a trade for Mitch and receiving equal value is going to be hard because of this. You got to send out more salary than you bring back.
hmm
So much
and we
stuff,
can't do
man.
that. We can't do that. So
Yeah.
I think and that also ties back into what we were talking about earlier with the cat thing. If we can't tool up our bench and we're still struggling, I do see them pulling the plug. You know what I'm saying? Like if we're still
What do you mean?
struggling to like
Oh, on Cat. No, they're not gonna pull the plug, bro. Not at all. Because they built this team for playoff runs, bro. So they're not gonna just they're not gonna quit on a possible playoff run because of
Nah, I
a
don't think.
bone chip.
Nah, I don't think that's them quitting on the playoff run. I mean, if he's not healthy enough to contribute in the way where
Yeah,
he's
if he's
hurt,
just
yeah.
if he's just
If he
injured
can't
and
play
can't,
through it, yeah.
yeah,
If he can't play through it, I can see them saying, you know what, get healthy. Let's see what we can do. We're still gonna be a playoff team. We're still gonna make the playoffs.
yeah,
I don't know how good we're gonna be in that we'd still be relying on Mitch to come back and give us something. At least we'll be the team we were last year.
and then we're gonna.
Let's be honest. And let's be honest. If we're just talking, my bad, I ain't mean to cut you off, but even this team, this starting lineup, if you just switched out Cat for Mitch and Cat is hurt, that's still a playoff fourth, fifth seed right there. You
Yeah,
know,
it is, but now it just becomes the Jalen Brunson show again. And
once again, right?
I don't
And
want to see that no
you
more,
don't.
bro.
Nobody wants
Like
to see that.
I
Nobody
don't
wants.
want my point guard to die
Nah.
because these teams was trying to kill him in the playoffs last year. Bro.
Yeah, exactly. So and that's kind of, you gotta hope for Cat to be healthy and to last and all kinds of stuff. But point blank, I don't think there's a Mitch trade on the horizon unless they just really don't have confidence in his ability to come back and be effective. I think they're gonna just try to rock out with this team and see how well they can operate with Mitch. Which is what I hope they should do. I think there is a world where he can help you. If they make a move with him in the offseason, I don't know. Maybe that can happen. I don't know what contracts I know Brock Aller can figure out a lot of stuff, but I do know that in order to bolster our bench depth, there's gonna be some luck in there.
I mean, they
Some,
also they got a whole mid level exception to use in the summer as well. So
yeah,
the bench is gonna be better next year.
next
Like
year for sure.
they'll bring in a player that could do some things off the bench with that MLE next year.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
I'm pretty confident with that, and they'll be better. Like they didn't make like I think Knicks fans are confused. I think Knicks fans think that the Knicks made those trades and we're like, oh, we're good now. Like the Knicks
no,
made those trades, and I think immediately after making those trades, they were like, yo, we need to
we got a long
like
way to go. There's a long
yeah,
way
we
to go.
got a long way to go, like in terms of depth. I think that next year you'll see some contributions from some guys like uh Kolick probably. No, I don't know.
I can't wait till we get those Sean Livingston, Iguodala bench pieces. That's what I'm looking
Yeah,
for.
we definitely need one of those, and I think that they'll go out and look for one for sure.
Yeah, like a guy who's just, what I mean, like whatever we need to get, whatever you guys need, I'll do it. You know what I'm saying? Let's make this run. I'll take a cheap deal and let's just do it. I don't have much time left in my career. You know what I mean? Like, who
And there's
maybe
also the buyout market too.
buyout market's there too, which is always there. So, you know what I'm saying? There's a big opportunity for us to bolster our depth and then give Tom Thibodeau the opportunity to play these guys on the bench. And that's a
And you still
conversation
got
we
that
have.
Wizards pick.
He still got the Wizards pick. I mean, listen, bro. I want to see what this Kevin McCullough guy does too. You know what I mean? Like this, there's things that I want to see with this team with guys like I want to see what Pacome Dade is next year. Like if you didn't play
Forgot
him
that
this
dude.
year,
Forgot that dude existed.
right? Exactly. So we have pieces on this team that can be something, but we just never see them. So we'll see. Hopefully next year we'll be having a different conversation. But I think we have the Grizzlies tomorrow, and then we have let's double check Nuggets on Wednesday. So we got two tough games coming up at home, both games at home. So you got John Morant coming in, and then you got Westbrook and Jokic coming in. Is Murray back and healthy?
I don't know.
I never know with that guy. But got a rough week. Got a rough week coming up, and then we have the Lakers on Saturday. So, looks like we got a week that we got. I give us 2-1. I'll go 2-1 this week.
And we got the Toronto game coming off of these next 5, and that's the second night of a back-to-back in Toronto. So
in Toronto, those back-to-back games always scare me because of how much these guys run. But you know, it is what it is. But let's get out of here. I don't want to hold these guys too long. Thank you guys for coming out. If you're still here in the chat, if you're still watching, do me a favor, hit the bell so you notified when we go live, like and subscribe. Wish us luck on these next couple. It gets rough. We have the hardest. Yeah, we have the hardest schedule in the second half of the season, I believe. So we're gonna have to really tool together and get some guys right. Hopefully Mitchell Robinson can get healthy. We see him in a couple weeks. And yeah, man, let's keep stacking on these wins. It's hopefully Cat's thumb can get healthy. Just out of some stroke of luck. Pause. But
hopefully
anyway,
as early as tomorrow.
Hopefully as early as tomorrow. So we'll see how that goes, man. And then he's gonna have to play against Jokic, which I know he's looking forward to playing against Jokic. So
he'll be up for that.
You know what I mean? So we'll see, man. But thank you guys for tuning in. Shout out to you guys in the chat who are here, RBL, King Ribby, Jelani. Shout out to y'all. If y'all I forgot I was gonna have something else to say, but it completely slipped because I was looking at something else. But anyway, thank y'all for coming out. Until next time, y'all have a good one. Joe, you got any last words? That's it.
I want to go to my bed. That's my last words.
Get some rest, bro. I'll at you, man. All right. See you guys later. Peace.
Pass the mic to a killer, he get the slaying. I'm Kakarot, all of my bros is Super Saiyan. We stacking blocks, protect the basket, you in the playing. We at the Mecca, hit the game winning shot like I'm Jalen. Manifesting energies, praying for my enemies. Taking vacays in the keys, working on our synergy. Changing up my wardrobe, never my identity. Smoke until I gotta